While the baseball team pulled out the victory against Jacksonville State, the offense was dead until the heat was turned on in the ninth. Head coach Mark Smart was proud of the win, but feels offense is where the Trojans need to specifically focus for Friday's game against Texas State.
We'll practice on Thursday. We've got a really good Texas State team coming in. We'll get our pitchers lined up for that series, and until we start scoring, it's a challenge. We've got to score runs, and we'll continue to work on it, try to get better tomorrow, and get prepared for the weekend.
Of course, one Trojan has been on fire at bat. Brandon Lockridge has currently had 19 multi-hit games out of the 38 games this season. The Trojans and Bobcats open up a 3-game tilt Friday night at 6 p.m. over at Riddle Pace Field.
And Tuesday night, the Trojans played a doubleheader against the #1 ranked team in the nation, the Seminoles of Florida State. And Tuesday night, Troy lost to the #1 team, and they lost both games. But not all was lost, as head coach Beth Mullins sees promise from the way our Trojans fought against Florida State and is ready to capitalize on the positives going into Troy's next matchup.
We're facing a really good pitching staff on the opposing team, and weren't able to string some, but give them credit. I mean, they held our offense, and I thought Claire did a great job, and it was a really good game. I mean, who wouldn't want to see a 2-0 ball game against the top team in the country? And we're going to have to take some of the great things we did today and bring them into this weekend against a really good App State team.
The Trojans will host the Mountaineers of Appalachian State in a 3-game series starting Saturday at 1.
Track season is narrowing down and starting to focus on the Sun Belt Conference Championships. Before that, however, the Trojans have the Auburn Relays coming up to squeeze in a little extra practice before championships. Head coach Mark Davis is ready to see some high levels of competition.
This meet is going to be a very good one. This meet is always fast. It's always got some good marks there, so we're looking forward to it. This is where we're really starting to key in on the Sun Belt Championship. We're taking most of the kids that are going to be scorers at Sun Belt to this meet. We're kind of scaling back the numbers a little bit and just going with our Sun Belt roster from here on out. So, we're looking to see where we're going to be.
The Auburn Relays will start Friday and wrap up Saturday.
The men and women's tennis teams are gearing up to compete in the Sun Belt Conference Championship, and both teams drew the same opponent for the first round, Coastal Carolina. On the men's side, Troy hasn't allowed any opponents to score more than 2 points since March 19. For the women, junior Sine Ota is 2-1 in conference play and a former Sun Belt Player of the Week. The women will begin play Thursday, while the men will begin play on Friday, both in New Orleans.
The men's golf team wrapped up the season and was looking at roughly 3 weeks of dead time before the Sun Belt Conference Championships. To keep from getting stiff, head coach Matt Terry looked at some open weekends and scheduled play with Georgia and North Florida, both ranked teams. After taking a victory against both of those ranked opponents, Troy is now gearing up to take on the Sun Belt in Conference Championships. Leading the Trojans is Jared Betcher, who captured the first point of the match in a 5-4 victory against Georgia and North Florida.
And all they do is win, 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 no matter what. 2014, 15, and now 17, the 3 years that the women's golf team has walked away victorious at the Sun Belt Conference Championships. But now, the Trojans will start preparations for the NCAA Regionals. The Trojans will find out when and where they will tee off next Thursday, April 27th at 10 a.m. on the Golf Channel. Well, that's all the time we have for Trojan Sports Now. Check us out online at youtube.com/Troy Trojan Division to catch anything you missed.
For Jahmal Kennedy, I'm Kyle Shook. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Trojans.